Hi, my name is Wilson Wong. I'm the founder and CEO of WD Home, an app that ensures comfort and safety of older persons in community. The idea of WD Home was kind of natural. I found out that my cousin had an assisted living community in LA and I visited it, and I was just moved by the older persons, uh, these venerable souls who were forgotten. And I was reminded, because many of them looked like my parents, of how difficult it was for our family to figure out what medicines our parents are on, how to make sure that they're healthy and well, especially when we kids cannot be around. I'm speaking on behalf of Sang Buniasan, who is a co-founder. He is a healthcare lawyer, so he keeps me legal because my mind doesn't operate that way. And then our CTO, Arif Mohammed, out in Indonesia. I've known him for about 5 years and created a few apps with him. WD Home does a lot of things, but recently we've been focusing on medicines because it's a big part of what caregivers do in assisted living and home health is make sure that older people get their medicines. It turns out on average, older people are on 10 medicines a day, taken multiple times, and 40% of these medicines are wrong. The medicines are usually not indicated, they're dangerous, redundant, and 20% of all hospitalizations for older people are actually related to adverse drug events, so preventable illness and conditions. So, what we did is we created an app that would manage medicines for older people that caregivers give. And in the process, we had access to the medication lists of these individuals. Although initially we did analysis by hand, this pediatrician, for example, could see that there were just so many places to improve the drug list. We later moved to an algorithmic approach and were able to decrease the costs of medicines by 30%. In this example, you see that this is a 76-year-old man who has multiple diseases, but essentially is on 14 medicines. And if you first just say, okay, we're just going to take away all the dangerous medicines, like you shouldn't be having daily benzodiazepines, or you shouldn't be having H2 blocker that every day for reflux when that is hard on your kidneys. Then you say, okay, we're going to take away all the medicines that have limited effectiveness, such as everyday stool softener. And then you just say, okay, we're going to substitute all the brand names with generics, and you can get a 21% drug savings in this example, or $3,859. Then we just arbitrarily took another case, a 68-year-old. She's on 18 medicines, and we do the same thing, get rid of dangerous medicines such as gabapentin, a really expensive medicine for seizures that's used off-label for pain. We take away opiates, daily opiates that will cause dependency and risk of falls. Then we take away things that have limited effectiveness, and again, generic drugs, substitute for brand name drugs, and we're able to reduce the medicines by 81%, the cost of medicine by 81%, that corresponds to $30,000. So on the one hand, our business model is $10 per month per resident to manage their medicines, but then we are exploring with insurance companies us changing those medicines with letters sent to the PCPs to say that they could opt out if they decide not to, but they won't because this is evidence-based. And this over time should correspond to $6,800 annual savings hospitalizations. But for the medications alone, for just 5% of Metro Plus, which is a local insurance company with $4 billion in revenue, that is $16 million a year. There is no product like us around. I know everyone says that, but really this is the case. The medication management system, yes, but not the analysis of the medicines and the willingness to change them. We come in partnership, we come in community, but of course, we would be looking so forward to being part of the Techstart community to help us grow in the assisted living facility beyond our current customers, to engage home health, and to apply this even abroad. Thank you so much.